here with Lieutenant Michelle Quigley, and we'd like to ask Michelle what are some of the things that she'd like to see happen here at Animal Care Services.
Well, first and foremost, I think having these connections to the community are helping significantly, getting the information out there. It all begins with the community because animal problems begin with people, and their solutions obviously begin with people. So the more neighborhood resources we can get out there, the better we can get our message out there. We're always in need, as far as the animals go, extra towels, blankets, the Kong drive, that's really fantastic. Trying to do is get some help from the community to get as many Kongs donated so that each and every animal that comes in has a Kong to play with so they can keep their mind occupied. They can at least have something to keep them stimulated, and then so when it comes time to evaluate them for adoption, that process goes a lot easier.
One of our goals in the city is to identify ways always to better educate people but also provide support for preventative activities. And we tell people that the best way to keep the population of unwanted animals or uncared for animals in check is to spay and neuter. Because you may know what your cat does during the day, but if he gets out at night, you don't know what he's up to. So ultimately, by spaying and neutering your animals, we can help to keep down the tide of the animals that end up in the shelter unwanted or uncared for.
I think that cat licensing would alleviate the problem of finding the strays. Have you, as the shelter, decided to do anything about that?
I'll put it this way, because the real question is how do we get the animals back to their owners? And if there's a means by which we can tie every animal and hold a person accountable for every animal in the city, so that we know that the animal is cared for and that it gets the vaccinations and the food and the water and the shelter that it needs, then if that program would help us do a better job of that, then I would definitely be in support. Ultimately, if you have questions about what we do and how well we do it, I would rather you see it firsthand and let the kennel speak for itself. This is a phenomenal shelter. When you compare what we do to shelters throughout the nation and the world, I believe that we're right up there with the top. And you can see by visiting not only the staff and the way that they treat the animals, but the way that they're cared for. If you really want to know, come out and see if maybe our cat cottage is cleaner than your children's bedroom. And I would put it up against any day.
That's not saying much, of course.
But I guess a serious answer to that question too is that I'm open for that discussion. And I think everybody who's given me a call has gotten a call back, if not an invitation to come out and meet. And I would encourage anybody that does have questions or concerns to come and meet with my staff and with myself so that we can ultimately answer your questions. And if you have ideas for improving this place, I think you all have had this experience that we're willing to entertain those ideas, and we look for practical solutions to make things better. We've made many changes in the last few months as a result of an incident. We take 100% accountability for everything that happens here. So if we do have an incident, and if it's a breakdown in our policies and procedures or training, we make a change. And we've done that, and I encourage people to come and see the results.